Hello, hello, data-taters. J. Oliver Glasgow here saying, we want a ghost story.
We want a ghost story. We want a ghost story. We want a ghost story.
All right. Hold it. I'll tell one.
As the COVID restrictions lifted, just like Andy Griffith, our family got back to nature, complete with toasty, tasty s'mores.
Remember, only you can prevent forest fires.
And we took special care with our campfire, thank you very much. But a naturally occurring forest fire can either be a terrifying ghost story or a golden opportunity for a new beginning. Even healthy forests contain dead trees and decaying plants that, when turned to ash, release nutrients back into the soil. It clears the thick undergrowth so that sunlight can reach the forest floor and encourages new life. Bold new wildflowers begin to bloom abundantly. In this age of COVID, there were a lot of terrifying ghost stories. When the for rent sign went up in the window of Diggs Tacos, it broke our hearts. They had the best fresh gourmet tacos. And now, they're a ghost. But not like Patrick Swayze.
Can do so much.
Actually, yeah, like Patrick Swayze. Anyway, are these same ghost stories from the COVID business forest fire now turning into golden opportunities for new business wildflowers? Well, as we went camping and we drove past many such business graveyards, silent, sullen shopping strips of shuttered stores, we actually started to worry about finding supplies, like fishing bait. But all of that changed when we rounded the bend of Chickasaw Avenue on Lake Wister. We saw a hand-painted sign, Jack Jacks, Bait and Tackle. Pulling into the old craggy parking lot to that old craggy building, strikingly juxtaposed by bright new proud American and Oklahoma flags, and found more hand-painted signs, cold drinks, snacks, and ultimately the prize, bait. Apparently, we were one of their first customers, and I knew there's got to be a story here. For on the porch of a ghost story to rival that of Diggs back home, now stood three eager men, bursting with pride. Spencer Winningham, his father Mike, and his foster son, John Farley. All came outside to greet us. They didn't even wait for us to get out of our car. That's how attentive they were. And as I purchased supplies, they told me their own ghost story. How Mike had recently survived the deaths of his grandfather, Jack, as well as his own son, also named Jack. The family's legacy of starting and growing new endeavors was now being passed down through his father in this golden beginning, and it's named for their own dearly departed, Jack Jacks. Personally engaging with a new wildflower business, I was immediately struck by two epiphanies. One, this business probably didn't have any interest in data or privacy. After all, they were a cash-only business, and as Mike nearly bragged to me, they were just waiting on their square to come in so that they could charge credit cards. And two, they were buying new provisions necessary to start a business, like a square so they could charge credit cards. In the weeks to come, they'll be investing in new furnishings, supplies, signage, and all the fun things that make being a small business owner in America so exciting. Given their location and their personal and friendly concierge help, not to mention amazing prices, it'll be a success. That's a lock. What an amazing golden time this is for all of us right now for new beginnings. While we deeply feel empathy for businesses that have gone under, if COVID had never happened, well, that old business owner of that old business would still be there and likely not spending money for a square or new furnishings or supplies or signage. Jack Jack's is a super injection of economic stimulus that's desperately needed. Mike's ongoing purchases, fueled by his own daily sales, will go a lot further in their community than the government's PPP checks, which got swallowed up by large businesses that didn't really even need them in the first place. This is how the forest will be rebuilt. From the ground up, not from the top down. And that's when I realized it. I had been seriously wrong with my first epiphany. This business would have an interest in data and even privacy. They were getting a Square. Did you know that Square has multiple privacy policies depending on who and where you are? And if you've ever paid through one, they're using your data for all kinds of things. That always catches my attention when a company has buckets of privacy policies. This isn't just a golden new beginning for wildflower businesses. It's also one for citizens concerned about our privacy. Small business owners that offer concierge quality service, like Jack Jack's, need to be made aware of how important data privacy is to us. For example, they can tell us who they charge through and how we can opt out of that company's exploitation of our data. It could be as simple as telling us who the vendor is and providing a link to the privacy co-op at the bottom of their receipt. You still buy from them, of course, but now they have your back. Customers would love them for it. We at the Privacy Co-op are developing new tools, not just for our huge affiliates, but also for small businesses to help protect their own customers from data exploitation. If you're a small business owner and you start by requesting a contact from the Privacy Co-op and come back for more and more resources over time, just click the business link at the bottom of our website and request contact on our business page. Heck, I'll even personally grant a $1 3-year affiliation to the first 20 small businesses that do that. We'll treat you just as well as our big affiliates. In this time of golden new beginnings, each of us has a role to play. As you visit these wildflower businesses, tell them how you feel about your data. Let them know the Privacy Co-op can help them grow their business, avoiding fines from regulations, and how they can even become a small business affiliate. And sell Privacy Co-op memberships at their cash registers to make a few extra bucks. It'll help them. But most of all, tell them what I told Mike at Jack Jack's. Keep the change. Until next time, this is J. Oliver Glasgow saying, if you ever find yourself coming around the bend on Chickasaw Avenue near Lake Worcester, Oklahoma, drop in at Jack Jack's. Buy some tackle and a cold drink. You'll be glad you did. Later, Datatators.